One take, one take. This is NBA One Take featuring yours truly, Pretty Boy Lakers. This is NBA One Take for your head. NBA One Take for your brain. Coming to you live from Red Hook, New York. This is NBA One Take. April 24, 2023. It's the NBA playoffs as the NBA playoff continues. And we got some game fours. And the first game I got to talk about is game 4 of the Sacramento Kings versus the Golden State Warriors. And this is a good matchup. It was a hostile crowd. Kings is up 2-1. Draymond Green is back after his suspension for curb stomping and crushing the chest of the monster Sabonis. But this is a really tight, contested game to where we have
still moving.
De'Aaron Fox making a play and then giving it to Harrison Barnes. To go for the game winner. And it looks like they get the win. The Warriors survive, tying the series at 2-2. This is going to be interesting. We know both teams win at home, but pivotal, let's see, game 5. But De'Aaron Fox is spectacular. The boy got 39 and 9. Keegan Murray was playing well, finally broke out his struggles. He got 23. Domantas Sabonis with only 14 points, and Malik Monk with 16 for the Kings. But for the Golden State Warriors, this is Steph Curry. Always Steph Curry. He finished with 32. Klay Thompson with 26. Jordan Poole with 22. We got Andrew Wiggins with 18 and 8. And Draymond Green off the bench with 12 and 10 for the Warriors. This is needed. This is needed for them. Now they don't have to worry about the 3-1 deficit. And they have to try to do something. They have to try to do something. They have to try to get this win in Sacramento. It's going to be hostile, but they got to try to do something. How are they doing? Filming the basketball movie? And you know they're actors because everyone is about 5'4". All right, let me get to the next game. The next game is the Cavs versus the Knicks, and it's at the Garden. Garden was crazy. The Garden was erupting. The Garden was insane. For this game 4. And it was just dead. The crowd was buzzing, and then everybody was out. And it was the Knicks getting the win here, going up 3-1 on the Cavs. A spectacular fashion, making plays, doing what they gotta do, led by Jalen Brunson at 29. RJ Barrett with 26. Josh Hart with 19. Mitchell Robinson, the double-double, 12 and 11. Julius Randle didn't have a good night. Was a little upset that he was benched for Obi Toppin. Bro, you can't work about that. He had it going. Tibbs riding with the guys that got them in position, and they got the win. Understand that. You think Tibbs was going to do old Tibbs? Nah, he wasn't going to do old Tibbs. He's changing. And he ain't going to those old ways he used to do. He's changing up a little bit. And for the Cavs, it's just Darius Garland. He had 23 and 10. He was just looking good, especially in the second half, because he was not playing good in the first half. Really came off. But Donovan Mitchell, my God, he had 11. Really struggling. Really extremely struggling after a great first game. And now, there's questions about Donovan Mitchell. There's a lot of questions about Donovan Mitchell. We're going to see, man. We will see. We will actually see about this. Because they heard him talk about Utah one deal. And speaking of Utah, like Lauri marketed one most improved player for the season. He played well for the Jazz. Possible All-NBA nod. Was an All-Star. But congrats to Lauri marketing of the Utah Jazz. And last game of the night is the Boston Celtics versus the Atlanta Hawks. This game had a lot of controversy towards the end, leading into DeJounte Murray getting in contact with one of the officials. They didn't like how the game was being ref, especially with the Celtics getting this win here, coming on, led by Jason Tatum, who had 31, Jaylen Brown with 31, Derek Bright finished with 18, Marcus Smart had 19, Robert Williams had 13 points and 15 rebounds. Celtics win here. This is a 3-1. This is a hole, and the Hawks, I don't even know what's going to happen with Murray. Is he going to get suspended? We don't know. This is not looking good for the Hawks at all. Thought they could, I said they was going to win one, but they had an opportunity of tying this up at 2. And Trae Young, he had a great night. Ice Trae at 35 and 15. And like I said, DeJounte Murray, he had a good night, 23 and 9. And DeAndre Hunter finished with a 27 for the Hawks. Listen, I don't know, the Hawks just don't got enough firepower. That's just mainly it. They don't have enough firepower. And Quinn Snyder's doing the best he could do to try to do some things in there to, help this team. But when the Celtics is in their bag, they're playing defense at the right time, scoring everything. It's tough to stick with them, especially the Hawks. But we're going to see about that. And also, Jason Tatum got contact with officials too. So we got to see on what's going on with that. But even speaking of the Celtics, so Ime Udoka is going to be the new head coach of the Houston Rockets. I don't know how to feel about that, because I'm not a fan of the roster construction so far of Houston. Some of the players I think should be moved, and then you can build around others. If you're trying to possibly bring us some good vets, try to build something, possibly could build into a playoff team. But I think you should just try to get in some build vets, get a couple of those guys off the team, and then y'all can work it from there. You got a good coach, but he's gonna have to have patience. And they said Stephen Silas said no, he had patience. And he stopped listening. And I always say, when a guy like Eric Gordon is upset or how the thing was, and he knew the situation, and he's a veteran, that lets you know everything you need to know about that team. That lets you know everything you need to know about that team. And the last game of the night is the Denver Nuggets versus Minnesota Timberwolves. So the T-Wolves avoid the sweep. They avoided the sweep because we thought they was gonna get swept, but they avoided the sweep. And Udoka is led by Ant-Man Anthony Edwards. He had a good game. He finished with 34. Karl Anthony Towns had 17, 11. Rudy Gobert, another double, 14 points, 15 rebounds. And Mike Conley finally had a real good night with 19 points and 8 assists. This was just a must-needed win for the Timberwolves, going down 3-0. Avoid the sweep. Got to go back to Denver, which for the most part, everybody knows they possibly going to really close them out. Even though Nikola Jokic had a really great game. He had 43 points and 11 rebounds. He was really trying his best to, but it was like the lack of help because DeJounte Murray finished with 19 and Michael Porter Jr. finished with 15. So he didn't really get the help that he needed to really put a stranglehold on his team and close them out in 4 games so they can get some rest. But they got to go back home and close them out at home and kind of wait for the win between the Suns and Clippers. And the Suns is up 3-1, so we'll see. But this is NBA One Takes Pretty Boy Laker, and I'm out.